Ladies and gentlemen, this is the number 9 ranked strawweight contender in the world, the Karate Hottie, Michelle Waterson. And now, fighting out of Florianopolis, Santa Catarina, Brazil, presenting the number 6 ranked strawweight contender in the world, Marina Rodriguez. Our referee in charge of the octagon, Herb Dean.
We've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
We'll see if that ends up factoring into the equation. So Rodriguez goes buffer fist bump and gets stonewalled by my broadcast partners. Camilo Oliveira. Fight Clock is brought to you by Toyo Tires, the official tire of the UFC. Rodriguez is in black. Main event underway. Waterson is in the white with blue trunks.
It's always a feeling out process very early. You got to get your opponent's timing. It's got to get your opponent's speed. You can't just start fighting from second one when you have no reads as to what you're really in. Just rush in there. I always thought it was crazy how certain people just run over there like that.
Oi! Nice left hand lands by
Store for.
What about Morono?
That was crazy. That is crazy.
Sorry, left hand. Michelle Waterson early.
Waterson has spent a lot of time working. Famous sidekick on her attacks out of this southpaw stance, diversifying her.
I mean, look at the speed of Rodriguez.
Rodriguez attacks to the body effectively there.
A left hook landed hard. He starts everything off with the left to get the range, but when that right hand starts...
I mean, that right hand, man, she's got such a good right hand. She's the length of Rodriguez, too. She's a tall fighter for the weight class.
To connect, it's heavy.
You saw Michelle almost jump into the punch.
Nice high
or
kick.
Vice versa, start with your hands a little bit undersized. You got to start with your kicks and end with your hands. Waterson being that short and a little... Yeah, if you're Michelle Waterson, and with your kicks, but you got to have a kick in there if you're Michelle Waterson.
Nice recovery.
Rodriguez, she reminds me of Joanna and Jacek when Joanna was making her way to the title.
From Waterson after a big right hand from Rodriguez.
When I watch that good Muay Thai base with good takedown defense, it's just very aggressive when she attacks. Knees. And just the way she tries to batter and bruise her opponents with her hands in her for a really long time.
Late start in MMA at 26.
You can tell that she's been doing Muay Thai and fighting.
But you're right, Muay Thai gym, talking about 22 years of Muay Thai experience.
You could tell, John, that she's been...
Entered at 12 years of age. So you're talking...
Very well versed in the striking room.
Waterson, very difficult to put away. Marina Rodriguez. Oh. On the other side has never been finished in her first 16. Now 17 pro fights. Former strawweight champion Carla Esparza by split decision. Rodriguez in mixed martial arts. Only woman to ever beat 5 days of combined quarantine for Rodriguez on both ends.
That was a very close fight, too.
And I would also point out,
there was a 25-minute...
She quarantined on the front and back end.
Wow. Wow.
2 minutes to go here, round one.
In Brazil. Wow.
2 minutes left. Stay loaded. Dump the arms when you jerk. Big jerks, stay loaded. Big jerks, Michelle. Make it keep coming. There we go. Relax on that spin. Stay slow. Slow, baby, slow.
She does that really good. She throws everything up high. Gets you.
Heavy leg kick from Waterson. Aaron is out of range. Rodriguez proven to have the early advantage on the feet, goes high. Then
Raise your hands, and then she just throws this nasty outside kick.
That side kick that she lands, she literally can land it from anywhere to the face. She got such accuracy, Michelle Waterson.
25 years.
I mean, she throws her
Time of martial arts experience. Waterson's been doing it forever. You talk about a life.
her legs like she's throwing hands. It's crazy the way her hips
you're
come
right.
up.
Rodriguez continuing.
We've got 40 seconds. 40. Exit.
To diversify her attack.
That poke kick that you see a lot of people using now to the front. And that's that. Stops all forward momentum. You see Michelle Waterson poke that leg or poke the face or poke the body with that side kick. Front knee anytime Rodriguez tries to move forward.
All right, competitive round one. Knee from Rodriguez. We're back in 30 seconds.
Tranquilo. Duas respiradas, né? Puxa duas respiradinhas.
Breathe in.
Gols. Puxa essa duas.
Get the timing still.
Well, these are long-time veterans do things that are unnecessary. But if there's ever an opportunity to striking, and in a striking battle like that, they're not gonna.
So far, Michelle Waterson's going in the
Opportunity. If either one of them's hurt, they will pounce.
counter roll right now on her combinations especially. He lets those hands go, they make an effect. Huge effect. Back foot waiting for the teep kicks, the inside kicks. But right now, Rodriguez, when she...
Rodriguez.
She's good, man. Rodriguez is really good.
Pretty good combination from Hod.
Patient, calm. Good striking, and boy, this is where she's good. She's gonna start to try to elbow. Michelle escaped that tie clinch. She knows how dangerous, very aware to look at how desperate Michelle was to just Rodriguez is there.
Immediately following this main event, we will have a full UFC Fight Night post. Just over 3 minutes here to go round two. Don't forget a show for you live on ESPN Plus. Ningbot. Megan O'Leary, Alan Joban, Dean Thomas, and Karen Bryant are standing.
Oh,
nice knee from Rodriguez.
Beautiful.
Waterson. His last 7 fights have all gone the distance. Rodriguez has been the more effective striker early. Both athletes mixing it up fairly well, but Rodriguez.
But you always got to reset. When Michelle throws that side kick, she puts you back on your heels.
So fast in the way that she goes from the leg to the body to the head and mixes it up.
Add that specific technique.
Well, it's
Long, and people still can't just avoid it. That tells you how good she is. It's a very nice technique, and it's something that she's done for so long.
all up is what makes it tricky.
Nice short strike from Waterson, and Michelle doing a pretty good job keeping that left guard high with all those right hands coming from
The clinch positioning. She's got the better of the hand positioning and the arm positioning.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, when they get in the clinch, she's winning. Following combinations to the clinch is probably not a bad idea if you're Rodriguez on the inside space against Waterson. So Rodriguez so far, if you're looking at the exchanges so far.
Marina Rodriguez, who seemed to have some issues with breathing out of big deep breath a moment ago from
Michelle Waterson will be able to carry this pace for 5 rounds.
her nose early in the fight.
If she fatigues, the 5th round she threw about a 6-punch combination against we saw that in the Angela Hill fight. I feel like it's so on point. Even though she takes these fights late notice on the Hill, and it showed that the cardio is. She's always training and getting prepared.
Her and Endurance is getting better. She believes she's getting faster.
Let's think about it. Rodriguez is winning these 2 rounds. She's doing a... But make no should be able to sustain the energy and the ability to go 25 minutes at this pace. Really good job with her strikes. Long as she doesn't load up too much, because this isn't necessarily a fast pace, something that she's done for.
With the accuracy that Waterson's able to land those side kicks, I mean, it's very impressive. She's the only one in the UFC. You almost have to flood her with hands just like this, otherwise she's going to see that lands them as much and as accurately. And it's anytime you come kick you.
Big knee from Rodriguez after some nice work with her hands. Waterson's chin holding up. Final seconds of the...
Those maybe bleeding a little bit.
The fight or the round.
It looks like Waterson's... No,
Looked like an elbow from Rodriguez late in the round. We are back in 30 seconds.
She's in the burst every round, and you stay calm. Okay, man. Here's the deal. Sidekick working all day long.
Lead leg is hurt, right? Her lead leg is hurt.
Distract is killing that lead. One more time.
Michelle, her lead. Get her a deep breath. Come on, Michelle, big deep breath. There we go.
Backing up the cage. I want you to go one way then the other. Don't succumb to straight back.
Go hide his face.
Face. And right here to end the round, a barrage of punches that just from Waterson, and nice knees in the clinch, controlling that inside. See some breakdowns of some replays here. Nice right hand. Land on Michelle Waterson. Nice knee to Michelle Waterson. Has a lot of time left in this fight to make it up.
Compromise. They want Michelle to attack it.
It did land, but it didn't land. Didn't.
Well, she tried to throw that one as hard as she possibly could.
That was a heavy right high kick.
Waterson about as game as it gets, but she did absorb a big head kick a moment.
Try to hold, give herself some time to recover.
To go.
And smart to get to the clinch. Great job controlling underhooks by Waterson. Either turn her back and try to rotate back into Michelle or frame off the face. For Rodriguez, she needs to try to frame with her left hand to get her hands back inside, just like she did there.
Rodriguez pressing forward, shin.
That was a nasty body shot there by Rodriguez.
Tucked here, about a minute gone by round 3. Good shots from Rodriguez.
Gosh. At the chin in return.
It's because she can't hurt her. Waterson has...
At this point, Rodriguez is just eating the shot of Waterson and exchanging a combination.
Michelle avoids is the way she escapes, right? When she's
in these exchanges.
At 125.
Yep.
Plus, it's also the way Michelle's showing the ability to hurt her.
You can see the weight class difference.
Yep. And I'm getting it. She almost like runs away from Rodriguez.
With the side kick, she has a tough time. But right now, that got her ahead. That side kick is how she defends. And if she doesn't defend...
And that lead leg of Rodriguez certainly bears watching.
So square down on the mat, and just hyperextends the leg. And it's landed a few times with her foot. It's when Rodriguez gets too aggressive, Michelle throws that front side kick.
And there's another low leg kick for good measure. Rodriguez feints a couple times, then lands a powerful right.
When Rodriguez throws that right hand, man, she almost loads that thing up to the... A little bit shorter and tighter. That was... But she's just looping it aside and just drops it down on you because she's so tall. It's almost like an overhand in the type.
Yeah, she just keeps unloading that combination right there instead of stopping. I mean,
that was her just swinging it as hard as she could.
Don't work, and Michelle Waterson has to move her feet in order to get out of the... She can get way ahead, Rodriguez, because once she's in the pocket, the side kicks throw combination, she's the most effective.
John Anik, Daniel
Pocket. So when you see Rodriguez move forward, keep the pressure.
Marina Rodriguez and Michelle Waterson, drawweight contenders who have moved up to take this main event opportunity. Marina on ESPN. This is our flyweight main event between Cormier, Dominic Cruz, Octagon side here in Las Vegas. You are watching UFC Fight.
Heavy shots.
That right hand was about as clean as any.
It amazes me how accurate Michelle Waterson is. Oh, those are
her face to try to prevent the damage, but Waterson's left hand largely has been pasted to
Rodriguez, sorry. Is as tough as they come, but right now she's getting schooled by Rodriguez.
Oh, man, Rodriguez.
Beautiful combination. Nice body kick. And I think part of the outside kick to a 2-3-2. He is throwing combinations, punches and bunches, finishing or starting with the kick. Difference too is we're seeing Waterson throw 1 or 2 shots at a time, and Rodriguez.
I mean, when people hold pads for you and they're constantly just doing too.
Nasty uppercut from Waterson there. That was
walking you down. It's exhausting. Imagine an opponent doing that, like Rodriguez.
A heavy uppercut. And Rodriguez eats it. Hits her again.
She's got to hurt bad.
Nice body kick. Waterson almost tricks you into.
She's got to hurt bad.
I think she's hurt, and then she stabs you with something heavy.
We will stay here between rounds. Rodriguez seems to be moving pretty well on that lead leg.
Venha, venha, respire.
Okay, come on. Breathe.
Tá ótimo.
Okay, very good.
Vamos aqui.
Okay, here.
Mais uma.
One more.
Respire mais firme.
Let's breathe.
Mais firme.
Firmer. Just control the distance.
Herb Dean told Michelle to start fighting back, and she did. Throw that combination. She just unloaded here. Right here, you see Rodriguez land a nice knee, then a right hand, left hand, which saved her. Nice front side kick. She dominated, and she seemed to have Michelle in a lot of trouble as the round ended.
Seconds out.
But it was Rodriguez's round, man. By Michelle Waterson that knocks Rodriguez down, followed by an undid. Let's see how Waterson recovers after that third round. That was
career. It was a much greater initiative and endeavor for her to get.
Right, she seems good. She seems like she's breathing well.
Seems to have brought her gas tank with her.
She seems fine.
To Vegas for this opportunity, and
well, pace is good. Like we said in round 2, you know, it's not the fastest pace, right? It's the strikers. And the pace is just pace. And the striker can do this all day.
That wrestling, grappling energy expenditure, right?
All that wrestling. I mean, look.
Yeah, without that.
Yeah, but that fight was incredible.
I'm motivated by Gregor Gillespie is an understatement. I mean, look at what it did to Gregor Gillespie. I've said Gregor Gillespie 5 times.
I mean, he was what it's about. And we're seeing this fight drawn out over 5 rounds. To exhaust somebody like that is the name of the game. You got him at it. You know, that's what these ladies are having, a chess match, strike by strike, piece by piece.
They're landing great shots. It's just not as frantic a pace as we'd seen earlier. But at this pace, right, where she's landing, this is like sparring and hitting pads, right? Marina Rodriguez can hit pads for 10 rounds if she needs to. Not taking much damage coming back. So if her cardio wasn't able to dictate the pace at which they fight at.
That was a good way to put it, DC.
To snuff, it wouldn't really show itself in this taste of fight because she's been
a full-blown, like,
they're just not grappling, right? They're not.
This looks like how they're fighting a sparring match almost. Yeah. It's a sparring match. It's not
wrestling. But trust me, Rodriguez is trying to finish this fight. Michelle's fighting hard, but it just, the pace isn't as fast.
That was a nice takedown. Shots out of Michelle Waterson. That was a shot. She attacked the legs and got it.
Marina Rodriguez.
And she said she was. We don't see a lot of.
She'll deal with the gas tank. That'll help Michelle Waterson there. That'll help Michelle Waterson also. That'll help.
Takedown. Waterson. We'll see what she can do with it.
There's the wrestling.
And let's see if Rodriguez gets back to her feet.
Another elbow shot right there. Another elbow. Give me one.
Getting that hand control. Good job by Waterson there.
2.5 minutes here to go, round 4.
Nice butterfly. Good.
That pays dividends here. Top game is very good, but she is a little undersized, so we'll see if that prized if she gets out from underneath Michelle Waterson. Michelle Waterson's Amanda Hebus. She accepted this position. I will be surprised.
Or she just accepts the bottom position for 2.5 minutes.
Against a...
Do not let her get wrist control, Michelle. Anytime, right? Michelle, keep it there, Michelle. Michelle, we got 2-10, Michelle.
Movement to try to clear yourself. And right now, Michelle Waterson is not giving her. It all starts with one fighting with her left hand while she's underhooking the far side. Waterson's doing a good job of hand.
To that right elbow, and she can start to work her way up. But right now, sitting on her goal of Waterson there, she needs to dig a left underhook and get. Rodriguez needs to get that right leg out from underneath the ankle.
The first step to her escape procedure.
Shoulder, she can't get up. Well, that left leg on the hip. Waterson, butterfly.
She's dropping bombs on her now.
Well, we got to see Rodriguez use that.
It's like stuck in the middle. She cannot slide it out. And Waterson, it's trapped. Michelle's doing a great job with the knee over the top and the foot behind. Opponent's down towards your ankles. You can't let him stay so high.
Chance if she's on an elbow, but
you got to start shoving your through the process of getting up.
Now she's on an elbow. She has a better.
Got a grappler for you to just bridge her off of the top of you. You got to go.
Not seeing any underhooks out of Rodriguez. No underhooks.
Makes it easier to get back to your feet.
Also, we're
the legs with no wrestling shoe, with nothing to grab onto, cover you with their body. It's hard to control the bottoms.
Match earlier with Green. Similar positioning. We'll keep her down. We saw that out of the heavyweight. All over the top of the neck and the arms of Waterson, which.
This was a massive round for Michelle Waterson to put her with.
Outstanding elbow.
Put herself back into the fight. Let's see if she goes back to this in round 5.
Full work from Waterson on the ground.
Respira.
Breathe. Let's get the mouthpiece out. To pressure. You knew this was coming. Okay, let's go, girl. She's going to put her life into this.
Get strong on this clinch, girl. Believe on that clinch. Get strong on this clinch.
Power corner doing its thing for Michelle Waterson. Important these 5 minutes are in terms of the rest of 20.
This is where we start to see experience come into play. We often talk about
21 and beyond for these two athletes. Dean Thomas, what do you have for us, sir?
All right, gentlemen, this is work experience, and it's very cliche to say, but now is when we're going to see it, because she'll make a mistake in that last round by letting herself get taken down and not being able to get up. Younger fighters that don't have experience start making mistakes, and we saw Marina. And now if Michelle Waterson can take advantage of those mistakes, she...
And in all likelihood, she's going to need a finish.
May be able to get a finish because she's very capable of finishing still.
And raised, and of course, Rodriguez has never been finished as a pro, but you're right, Dean, finish or a 10-8 here in round 5 to get her Henderson coming in.
Or at least salvage a draw, right? Because if
Thomas nearly twice as much pro MMA experience for Waterson.
If Waterson can get her down again, I think that's her best chance. Feels like Rodriguez won the first 3 rounds.
Right.
She was cruising to try to get a finish.
We just saw why the last round. No question. No question, Michelle Waterson wants a takedown.
But does Michelle have the energy to go chase another takedown? Right? You can see. Oh, wow!
It's like hands. You barely see boxing out of her.
She is, huh?
She's got those.
That was beautiful.
Like I said, she uses her legs just up and slap you around. Oh, she got her in the body. Johan legs. I mean, she times those side kicks so well. Beautiful. Michelle Waterson hurt her bad to the body with the back kick there. That was
3 minutes here. Rodriguez perhaps going to be a hugely compelling final.
I think it has to do with what, as Dean Thomas was saying, it's just experience.
Survival mode a little bit after that body shot. Huge right from Marina now.
Differences in the strike choices.
Well, the takedown.
And Rodriguez looks good, but we're seeing the little tiny we're seeing Michelle Waterson look very good in this 5th round.
Adds a different wrinkle to the fight.
True.
Right? Because she got taken down now.
Oh, see, it's all screwed up after that kick, I believe it was. There's like
Pursuits.
And
because she knows she can't get taken
sorry,
down.
DC, but Rodriguez is just...
She's not as aggressive in her pass. Look at all that swelling on the right side.
She took a heavy kick to that jaw, that's for sure.
Yes. And the ability of both of these women. Man, the heart. Body shot from Rodriguez now. Doesn't look like a sparring session anymore.
No.
This 5th round, they just definitely picked up the
right hand.
Yeah, I just got to look at that kick.
Everything.
Michelle Waterson.
You see it on the face of Rodriguez. Definitely landed perfectly and swell up the jaw.
In my ISO monitor.
That kick of Waterson.
She's right back forward and in her face. She defended that first takedown. Now Rodriguez is much more aggressive now. So now
Rodriguez. Fight to judge on this one. What a tough.
Round 5, Rodriguez, though, has landed some crushing right hands in her own right. Waterson has had some huge moments, of course, in round.
It's a very compelling 5th round. It speaks to how tough Michelle Waterson is, but she's a great striker. Her level the entire time. How good Marina Rodriguez is. She has just shown.
She's got good takedown defense, too. Waterson takes down to everybody.
A bit of a tricky takedown, too, right? It wasn't anything
wasn't easy.
Traditional.
She only was able to get her down once so far. Says a lot.
Off of a little bit sloppy here late. Rodriguez getting a look. Both women have landed 47% of their singles.
I mean, Waterson's style is amazing to me. I mean,
significant strikes, more volume, of course, for Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is on her trying to get her out of there, but what a cool, her way of fighting, her style is.
Oh, huge head kick for Rodriguez. And for those who maybe wondered why this was the fight, the pro
fight to watch, the way that these two matched up has been awesome.
Motion went with for the main event.
There's your answer.
Got your answer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Here's tonight. What a fight. What a fight. Go the distance. The official decision coming up next. A lot of replays with which to work.
Beautiful job at these two definitely switching it up. We got round this one. Look at that nice outside kick from Waterson there. And it's just, I know we are tough on the judges sometimes, but man, they got their work cut out for them on the two coming now, but huge shots landed right there in one. Some knee clinch, like, let me out of here. That one hurt. And then you see the body shots, out of that knees and some clinch work. That body shot was huge to get Waterson. Mixture of combinations from Rodriguez, followed up with knees. She gets, you're seeing here, up against the fence. Anytime she got Waterson here, she ups to the clinch whenever she can and really does some huge damage right there, like loaded a barrage of punches and was able to do some damage. And these side kicks of Rodriguez down all night, and Rodriguez just had to return with these. She chopped the lead leg. Michelle Waterson were amazing. She follows up with those low kicks so well, boxing combinations to the clinch. In round 4, a round where she's just on top, grounding and pounding, and then look at that just swells the jaw of Rodriguez. She didn't see that one coming at all. Look at this nice kick she lands. Outside kick to a lead left high from Michelle Waterson, kept landing, and right here we see the overhand right. The Johan kick to the gut all night of Rodriguez landing heavy. I mean, this is a back and forth battle that's going to be going straight to the judges.
Well, congratulations to both women on a huge effort tonight. One final time tonight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. The judges score this contest, 48-47. Marina Rodriguez!
competitive fight, but DC, once you heard the 4-1 times 2, you knew it was
clear in 2009 when he saw his first MMA bout. An absolute dream come true, but not only for himself, but also for his mom, Arrow.
It's an absolutely incredible story. Thank you, Megan. First fighter out of Guyana. Many of us were in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island in January. This young man, and he felt like he had one opportunity at 32-33. His lifetime of work paid dividends. Here he is in the UFC.
And absolutely, but there's something in learning in that experience, and shows that he can compete in front of anyone. And this is a young man that lights up the room. And now he's on the cusp of making his UFC debut.
When you talk to Carl, 10 siblings, getting to this point, the way that he talks to you to this point, this is just fun for him. He just gets to enjoy the ride, show what he can do.
And when a fighter sits down with us and zero, for a lot of our children, that is not their reality. And it pretty well-rounded skill set. He's a good boxer, but definitely has some grappling. Christian Aguilera, Dom, making the walk for his third UFC appearance, ran into Sean Brady, brown belt.
As he is. But he says that he believes that as time able to take more chances with this stand-up, he wants to be a little bit more cautious.
You're absolutely right. He said Harris's striking was a little bit awkward and sloppy. All right, ready to go with our prelim opener. It comes your way in the welterweight division. Chris, the discrepancy in height, a few inches, 4-inch reach advantage with the UFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Las Vegas for UFC Fight Night in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing a record, 15 wins, 4 losses. He stands sitting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, by way of Scalderas. Martial artist, holding professional record, 14 wins, 7 losses, at 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Brea, Calera. And when the action begins.
Assignment for one of the best in the business, Mark Goddard, the beautiful, and Camila are also with us here inside the Apex. Christian Aguilera's Carlston Harris counters in yellow. Harris, the minus.
There's that body lock right off the bat. He doesn't get that, takes you backwards. He'll go back and forth on this until you fall.
Try to rotate with the step in front, and then when you defend, you have to circle back in the opposite.
A whizzer on him, and he sticks with it and keeps the body lock. He stays. Can Christian make it his style fight?
Well, Christian right away about being more calm, and now he finds his way back to the center of the octagon.
But felt like his takedown defense and his counter wrestling would.
You're the shorter guy. You need to be pressing. You need to be going forward. But be very careful in your approach.
Harris, about 90 seconds gone by round 1.
Oh, nice uppercut there by Aguilera.
Nice inside kick. Gotta land those type of shots on Harris if you want to get him to
down and reach, so you can come right up the middle and land that nice.
Well, later tonight on ESPN, Waterson, also Donald Cowboy Cerrone in the co-main event against Alex Morono.
Aguilera bad with that left hook. You saw how hard he actually hits. He's got
Aguilera right away start to retreat.
Straight to the anaconda.
Oh,
That's an anaconda. He's ready to go to sleep. Yep, he's ready. He's out.
He's going and done. He wins his UFC debut. What is going on?
Carlston Harris landed that beautiful hook that down. We've spoken about this time and time again. You cannot in that choke.
And we see Carlston Harris has 2 Bravo chokes. It's still very effective. It's a head and arm choke. And it was chokes and anacondas and guillotines are there all day for this man. Look at this. Look at this straight into the front choke.
It's
and he
so
turns him right. I mean, it's because he's so tight. He's already going out. And Aguilera is not necessarily defending right.
The head pinch took him back in the opposite direction, right into that choke.
Those wins finishes. Daniel will talk to Carlston Harris after this. Heads to the sold-out Toyota Center in Houston for UFC 262 and the main Chandler for the vacant UFC lightweight title. UFC 262 next Saturday. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard is called winner by technical submission due to an anaconda choke.
Had to cut 17 kilos in like 24 hours to compete in front.
And you know, for a championship fight, and Alex Morono this is big for Alex, but also big for his team to try to get momentum going back in the right. Involved in this moment right now, Cruz.
Yeah, Morono, I mean, he's got great kickboxing. He's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's more tricky on the ground than boxers with black belts in jiu-jitsu that are both very crafty from their back. I think the grappling is the one who wins.
And Morono said of his last fight against Anthony Pettis, he said he was kind of in no man's land, Dom, between strategy and kickboxing in his own head a little bit.
We call that analysis to paralysis. And you have so many things going on in your head that you just freeze.
Well, not much needs to. Boy Cerrone makes the walk to the proven ground for his 37th. You expect him to have his grudge match of sorts against Diego Sanchez, a man with malice on his mind tonight.
Yeah, he said that, felt he was so angry that he trained more focused. He was more present in his training. Morono and Cowboys said all week, this guy's getting a better version of me than I.
Fighting Spirit stats are sponsored by Cerveza Modelo. Most wins in UFC history. Charles Oliveira for the most finishes in UFC history. Hey, if either Diego Sanchez or Donald Cerrone pull out, I want that fight. Shows credentialed guy in terms of the striking and the jiu-jitsu, Donald Cowboy Cerrone. All right, Coleman, Morono 2 inches shorter. Donald Cowboy Cerrone will have a reach advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Holding professional record, 18 wins, 7 losses, 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of here, Morono! Corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer, holding a professional record, 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 pounds, Colorado, Donald Cowboy. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mark
Goddard. The lovely Brooklyn Wren is with. This didn't work.
Cerrone said that if I was anybody, I would fight when I wrestle right off the bat. And it happened exactly the way they both thought.
Daniel Rodriguez, his teammate. Value of a good warm-up.
Yeah, I mean, wrestlers always walking out to this match, and he would check our back before we even walked on the mat.
You're dry, you're in trouble, man. My kids warm up so hard.
Oh, he's keeping it at a high pace, and he's got 10 first-round knockouts. Don't forget
Morono
that.
realized that he can fight with the absolute highest level of fighters in this.
He's reaching right now, Morono.
If I'm
and I believe it's actually had me a little confused.
Yeah, for sure.
Body.
Because he knows the 2's coming. He waits for the 2 to come in. Throws that. Morono knows that right hand's there. We've seen Cowboy Cerrone stopped at that right.
Don't stay there. Don't back straight up.
Morono talked a lot about having a tight guard. Donald.
Cerrone has very underrated his own. Morono looks fantastic right now.
Yeah, that was sharp. I mean, he just. But, so he can't really drive through on the takedown the way he wants. He just
grabs it and he kind of comes up to the body.
You got to run your feet like that, shooting those shots.
Cerrone's nice body kick. Donald digging those toes into the midsection.
There's
nice
that
right hand. Boy, that was nasty. He switched up the jet.
Cerrone, his head doesn't move too much. It stays on the center, and that's why.
Flat-footed, right? Because he's in that classic Muay Thai stance. He wants to drive.
Never brings that left up to cover his chin either. He kind of just moves with it.
Oh!
That was heavy.
What a right hand!
Shot down from everybody. There's another one.
Oh, he was going to get it done, and he got it done. From Morono.
Easily probably the best performance we've ever seen.
To your point, Fortis MMA, Alex Morono, a man on him during win tonight. We will take a look at it tonight.
I mean, right here. Cowboy throws the lead right hand low, right? The left hand carrying it low.
Yep.
Look at it low. Started just going crazy, trying to finish, throwing big shots. But when he shot again, and he went and got the finish, that is a massive victory for Alex.
Perfect timing for my money on the stoppage. DC's gonna corral. The official decision is brought to you by Guaranteed Rate Mortgage. Guaranteed started. Here is Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee round declaring the winner by TKO. Oh.
What a moment for Alex Morono. A lot of cross-face and mount pressure taps, and he rode the wave of MMA, Dom, but Morono seemed to know something that a lot of people didn't.
I think DC said a lot with that fight with Anthony Pettis. Situations that you're unsure of, and then not just surviving it, but thriving in those. Cowboy Cerrone, and now he's going to be talking to DC in no time.
He's making mistakes like that, Dom. He didn't make any tonight, really.
No, I mean, he threw a jab and he's to a trip, straight to a jab on the way out. I mean, he was just a little step ahead. There's good reads, and as you saw there, that was a huge right hand, and the shots landed a couple big ones, landed a couple small ones, didn't pour all his energy into it.
And Alex Morono, what a fantastic performance.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner, she is an holding a perfect mixed martial arts record of 6 wins, representing the Philippines, the Menace Fairtex, and now, introduce 153 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial Ricky Jin, Gods and Hybrid fighter, she is May Vivi.
Following and May Yamaguchi. Fans worldwide heavily 5% tip a win for VV May Yamaguchi. Of our lead card, and Yamaguchi rearing to go, bounds out of her size advantage, goes the way of Zamboanga. Experience submissions. Lots of instructions early on.
Swagger of an undefeated athlete, but Yamaguchi is.
Yamaguchi had 2 of the all-time great matches. Let's see how she handles an up-and-comer in Denise. Executed down the pipe. Circle wall. Crossing elbow from the Filipina. Elbow there. Aggressive start from both these ladies. I like it on the inside, not utilized enough. Good knee to the waist there. They are still the champion, still unbeaten. How important.
Your favorite, Sam Fairtex, who you think deserves a shot because she's a two-sport. Who truly could be the next contender for the strawweight up against that circle wall. And she did a beautiful job of stopping the
forward. Yamaguchi skip up inside thigh kick. Good jab there. The overhand right I spoke about earlier. Yamaguchi loves to throw it. Just range finding with the lead hand. Yamaguchi has seen it all in her career. Threads the overhand right again. Didn't Yamaguchi wants to take her down. Zamboanga may end up on the floor against a BJJ black belt.
Zamboanga is beautiful. She is beautiful. Now you can see Yamaguchi's trying to suck in that leg. She's good job of maintaining that base and her balance to maintain. Yamaguchi works her way back up to her feet.
Mitchell wasn't grapplers, especially great wrestlers, and how those times have changed now. From the likes of Joshua Pascio, Kevin Bellignon, Danny Kinga.
Philippines is the real deal, Michael Chavello. You are seeing anti-wrestling that we're seeing right now from Zamboanga.
And Japanese national BJJ gold medalist. May Yamaguchi left, Zamboanga goes with a jab, goes the right hand of her own. Nice duck under, counter right hand, eats a right to the nose, build the menace.
Good forward pressure just to keep herself right in the front of the...
On the air everywhere tonight, broadcasting over 150 countries in the Thailand, Tyra 32, BR Live in the USA. Okay, Mitch, let's play coach here. First of all,
you can see that she's when she starts to get on that back foot, she set up that shot a little bit better too. With the hand combinations, and then easily getting stuffed by Zamboanga. Zamboanga, on the other hand, Zamboanga shooting for a takedown gives May Yamaguchi something else to think of. Takedown might not be there for Zamboanga.
Second round, superb, and again she opens up with that beautiful down the line jab. Zamboanga. Zamboanga, jab again, no right if she gets close enough. Long arms on Zamboanga, the Japanese athlete.
Zamboanga smiled and gave her a couple of the Zamboanga is the main training partner of the two-sport queen at Fairtex Training Center.
There's the overhand right from Yamaguchi.
And right, it's the way that she's gone for the counter shot. She throws that
again, right hand to the jaw of Zamboanga. Mitch, in your opinion, who's winning?
Minutes here have been pretty back and forth, but in the first, I think Zambo right hand.
Good right hand again for Yamaguchi. Zambo clockwise. On the balls of her feet here, Yamaguchi. Some courtesy of the lead hand, the jab of Zamboanga. Beyond her years. Fights very tall here, Zamboanga, very straight up.
So often because her head is propped up so high, the same sort of effect.
Zamboanga wants to driving takedown from Yamaguchi. Immediately, Zamboanga.
Yamaguchi was able to set that takedown up. She landed a few levels, and you saw that Zamboanga was caught up top to maybe sit in this position for a little bit of a while. She's comfortable here to sit and ground and pound.
Yamaguchi career victories, a 43% finishing rate via the from Zamboanga.
But Zamboanga is very active off tack and heel. Looks like she's got an Achilles lock, trying to push
the defense for Zamboanga here, Dragon.
You can see Zamboanga's got Yamaguchi to stretch out and apply pressure to that Achilles. You can see Gucci start throwing those hands.
Team on. And Zamboanga to
you can see it's important for Zamboanga and get control of that heel. She's got to try to peel those.
For a finish here in the second round, one of 4 Japanese competitors, Akiyama, Kimihiro Ito, all on our main card.
Defense by Mei Yamaguchi to avoid a lot of those shots, except the last, able to deflect.
A little bit of showmanship there.
Throwing that right hand, she's like, I got you. Duck those hips under, pull the legs out, put her on the back. Mei Yamaguchi falls right into that Achilles lock and starts to tap. Is pure mixed martial arts.
Third and final round in the main event of our. So much on the line for this one. Could propel the win. Zamboanga has been boxing beautifully. Good jab there from Zamboanga.
Repetitions, just throws it over and over.
Start of our main card, 5 bouts for you in that one.
Things up, how she set up that head kick. She looked like she was going to throw the old. Zamboanga knows what's going on here. She's not falling for any of Mei Yamaguchi.
Reflex Dragon.
Young age, just 23 years. Skill set to match.
Down the corridor there from the Filipina. Gucci expected this to be on the ground a lot more than it has, Dragon.
Wrestling, and she didn't think Zamboanga would give her this hard a time. These straight punches that are just coming with high volume.
Uppercut. Zamboanga's hands looking on. That right eye is swelling shut on Mei Yamaguchi.
But staying with the tradition of those, slick hooks to reverse the position.
Look at this from Zamboanga. Elbow on the inside from Zamboanga. Performance like this that earns her a title shot, Mitch.
Man, Zamboanga is putting together a pretty good performance. I think she is Queen Angela Lee with a performance like this. She's doing great.
Let's not Mei Yamaguchi. And she's got 1 minute 55 remaining.
Pressing, driving that shoulder right into the chest. Get her back away from the circle wall. Nice little press right up against that wall.
Running for confidence, and why not? It's been a superb performance from the arm. Zamboanga keeps it pressed against the circle wall. Dragon, how does Yamaguchi get out of this and create an advantage?
Allow Zamboanga to turn her like that and keep her side of the face and under the chin of Yamaguchi. Beautiful. Out to her left, but she can't because of the underhook.
Down here for Mei Yamaguchi, 25 seconds.
Zamboanga's trying to take her right leg and slide it behind.
It looks like we're going to go to the judges for this one. Now Yamaguchi, hand from Yamaguchi. The distance stop there. Tremendous
Look at that. What did the man just say? What did the man
shot? Denise gets the nod here, title shot.
Go. Against that circle wall, landing beautiful punches over the Filipino boxing coming out of Denise Zamboanga.
Angela, let me know your thoughts. Let's go to Dom Lau.
The scorecards. All 3 judges of your winner by unanimous decision, Denise
A title shot in this most heated atomweight division. Zamboanga has now derailed Gian Radzuan, young athlete from the Philippines.